Aloha, and welcome to Expat Life Ghana. I'm Ayo, and this is Tony, and we are documenting our move from Texas to Ghana as we go beyond the return.
We just returned to Ghana from the US. We were black in America instead of people in Ghana.
Yeah, it was a bit of a trip going black to America. Okay then, let's get this video started.
We've been living in Ghana for about 15, 16 months now and loving it. One of the things that has been most amazing about this past year and a half is the fact that we're not black here. Not as our primary identifier.
Yeah, that's totally true, because like in the States, you're always black first and everything else second.
Right, exactly. Now we had to make this trip back to the States. We needed those passport stamps.
That's literally like the only reason.
That's the only reason why I left Ghana.
I wanted to see my mom. It's been a while and I missed her. Love you, Mom.
I just wanted to get in and get out.
This is no joke, you guys. And I think we did that, right? It was a short and sweet trip, but I think what was more poignant this time was exactly how much our color just really defines us when we're in the States.
Yes, there were a couple of experiences that really stood out.
Yes, I agree completely. And one of the experiences I had was with the boys, and I was like, ugh. Okay, you start with one of the stories that happened to you.
Oh, for me it was the driving.
That's been a big thing for you over the course of this whole journey, is your experience getting pulled over before we left.
Yeah.
So were you
I was nervous about driving there because I didn't want to get pulled over. I just don't like that experience. So,
so what
I
happened?
was very conscious of picking up the rental car from the airport, of not speeding. And it was weird because you come around the bend on the highway and then there's a police patrol car sitting there, and then you're immediately reacted to slam on the brakes.
Yeah, I mean,
and it's like, why?
I think that's normal, right?
Yeah. But my thing was, okay, I know my driver's license is good, I have insurance, and everything's good on the car. I still just don't want that experience, because
it's really weird that you feel, that you have everything in order, right? You have your license, you have your insurance, you have the rental agreement, you have everything. And even though you're not breaking any laws, you're still nervous, you're still anxious, you're still apprehensive about being in the environment. Yeah, just because you're black.
Yeah, because I know that even having all of those things, all my ducks in order, you can say, that's still not good enough for a bad encounter. Yeah,
and we've been pulled over before in a rental car with all of our insurance, registered, valid licenses, just for no reason. And
it was a bad encounter. It's like, well, why are we going through this? Everything is good, everything is legit. She really didn't do anything wrong. She wouldn't get a ticket for anything, for sure. And
nope, we were pulled over for driving while black.
Yeah.
So did you get pulled over?
I did not. A couple of times I was like, whoo. But we went to different places. I went to Texas and made a trip to Louisiana. So I know the Louisiana state troopers, they'll pull you over in a heartbeat for speeding. So I don't speed through there too much. Well,
but so do you feel like you couldn't experience, like you weren't yourself there anymore? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Do you feel like you couldn't be you?
I picked up that baggage, that consciousness that I have to behave in a certain way. I have to present myself a certain way to at least get a certain level of respect.
Aww.
Yeah.
That makes me really sad.
Yeah, it is. It is, because, going to the States, how you present yourself in most places where you're not the majority, you'll feel that if you're not dressed a certain way, if your hair isn't presented a certain way, for the guys and things like that. Yeah, you're going to feel out of place and you're going to feel uncomfortable. So,
you just
can't I'm sorry, but you just can't be you. You just can't be you in certain places. You have to adhere to their what they think you should, how they think you should present yourself.
Yeah, I mean, the same kind of thing happened to me with the boys,
Okay.
and I think that was really, it was a little upsetting for me. I'm not gonna lie.
Hi, I'm Leo. Subscribe right now.
We were out at a store. The boys were behaving the exact same way that they behave when we're out at stores in Ghana. There was no, like, they weren't acting crazy. Our kids are
Pretty well mannered.
Well-mannered. Yeah. They're not ridiculous. But yeah, we were in a store. We were literally the only Black people that I'd seen for about 45 miles.
Yeah.
So, like, we weren't just the only Black people in the store. We were, like, the only Black people in the county.
So you're in Wisconsin?
Yeah, there is not a lot of diversity in the rural areas of Wisconsin.
Yeah, you're right about that.
So we're like the only people. So we're in the store. It was just uncomfortable. And I know that sounds really weird. Leo was doing what Leo usually does. He would take something off the shelf and bring it to me and ask if, we could have this. And then if I said no, he would put it back. If I said yes, he'd put it in the cart. Just normal shopping experience.
Right.
But I felt like I had to tell him not to touch things and, stay with me and don't talk loud. And all of a sudden I felt like I was correcting him.
His normal behavior.
Right.
It's like going to the States and in those situations, you almost feel like you're the representation for the Black community. So you want to make a good interpretation to the people that, hey, this is how, we can act. We all aren't this or that. But at the same time, it's like, it's a front because it's not really, it's like, hey, little boy, go and touch this stuff. Go ahead. You ain't going to. No. I get it.
It made me very acutely aware of what privilege we've provided to the boys by having them here at this kind of age where you start picking up that Black responsibility.
Right.
And I felt really bad about it. I mean, like when we were in the store, I kind of became aware of it. I was in the car going back and I was just like, wow, I really made them not be themselves so that they could fit in. And then it's just like one of those things where it compounds. Like, if we were here all the time, would this be something that I would just normalize, that I would be doing naturally every day? Like, stop being so Black. Don't be yourself. People are judging you because of your color. You're the only Black person in the room. You can't be you. You have to be the different version of you. Let's figure out how to code switch at the age of 6. Is that...
Wow, that's sad. Yeah, that's sad.
It
that's
really
sad.
was.
Yeah,
so that was kind of my shopping experience. You had an experience when you were at the mall.
Yeah. Since I've been in Ghana, I really like getting my clothes made. So I couldn't wait to go out and be like, oh, I got this. So I'm out at the mall wearing this exact outfit, this shirt, and my necklace and my bracelet. Something I would wear any day in Ghana, and it just be a normal outfit.
Oh man, that's too Black. That's too ethnic.
And so So I'm at I was out in where's that mall at, and going out to Tomball or something.
Okay, yeah.
I just felt like eyes warming. People were like, I got it from different people, like the Indian people from India. They would see me, and really I wouldn't get any looks from them.
They're just like,
They're just like, yeah,
right?
guy must be from out of the country or something.
Right.
Just nothing to them. But the Black people who saw me, I would get jeers from them like, oh, who's this guy? Where's he from? What point? It was like, what point is he trying to make? You can see that in the like, oh,
no, you can't wear that here, man.
Yeah, it was like, yeah, we get it, you're Black. It was like one of those things. From the white people, it was weird because they were looking at me like, who's this dude? Again, what point is he trying to prove? It's just, the eyes were on me. And I know it's because of what I wore, because I went back the next day and nobody looked at me any different, and I had on, just an Adidas shirt and a hat. So
you were dressed appropriately for your race.
And so it just made me aware of, you know, how I was presenting myself. Like, I couldn't just wear what I wanted to wear and be comfortable without noticeable eyes on me. I didn't like that.
Yeah, I mean, I think that is very true. I did not bring any African attire with me. I actually, y'all, I'm not even gonna lie. We went to Ghana, the three of us, me and the boys, with all of the stuff we had, less than one suitcase, because it was like
To the States,
or to the States. It was like, we're bringing all our stuff back. That's cool. So, you know, what we packed, we didn't pack a lot of Ghanaian wear.
Yeah.
But even dressed in stereotypical American fashion, right? Dressed as an American, walking around, I still feel like we were treated differently. That didn't have anything to do with kind of like identifying ourselves differently. I'll give you an example. We were at a Walmart and we were standing in line, and the person in front of me who checked out, a white middle-aged gentleman, the cashier was a younger, blonde, you know, vibrant girl. The gentleman in front of me, hey sir, how are you doing today? Great, thank you. Did you need anything else? Nope. Have a great day. Gone. I get up there and I'm waiting for her to greet me, and she never did. So I was like, oh. So I, being me, was like, big smile. Hey, how are you today? Fine. Okay, so we finished the whole thing, right? And I'm waiting. I get my receipt and I'm like, thank you. I didn't get a have a great day. I didn't get a you're welcome. I didn't get a goodbye. I didn't get anything. My mom was with me, and we took a few steps away, and she was like, well, that was different. And I was like, yeah, that was weird. I mean, did you see how she treated the person in front of me? And even as we were walking away, I could hear her
greeting the next person.
The person behind me.
Yeah.
That's the littleness of it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
To be minimized in such a it's inconsequential.
Yeah.
Going through the Walmart line is not like the biggest deal of my whole life.
Yeah.
But really?
I felt that too, but in a different way. You know, how we're greeted here, or how I'm specifically greeted here by cashiers, is very different than the experience I have in the States. If I am greeted with a hello or something like, hi, sir, it's a very dry, I'm saying this because I have to, I'm being forced to. And here, you know, I'll get the, oh, good afternoon, daddy. I'll get the, oh, chairman, thank you for coming in. I'll get the, oh, boss, can I help you with this? I'm greeted very differently here. And it's not just me being an American here, or me looked at as, oh, he has a statue here. I'm looking at how respect is given in that greeting. It's, you know, I'm greeted with a hello, uncle. I'm greeted with a boss, good evening, good afternoon. Things like that uplift you. And consciously, I think about it, and I'm like, wow, you know, I really enjoyed that. That makes me feel good. And when you don't get that, you know,
it's like you're minimized.
Yeah, it's like, wow, I'm just wow, nothing uplifted me in that moment where it could have. Where here they do it, and it's just natural for them.
Right.
So,
and it doesn't have anything to do with good customer service. This is not even talking about that. It's just the way that the culture respects elders, the way that the culture respects people as a whole, like as a being, instead of, you know, oh, if you're not this or you're not that, then you're nothing.
Right,
it's a little different than that.
Yeah.
And I think you noticed when you were out and about a couple things about some older Black Americans.
Yeah, being in Louisiana, wow, I think there was a certain humbleness that older Black people still have in respect to white people, and I don't like that. It's like, yo, you're the same man as he is, and you were consciously putting yourself down and lifting him up, and we got to stop doing that. I saw that in a couple of times in Louisiana, and that really bothered me. Just how they were willing to step back to let a white person go in front of them. I'm like, oh no, You were here first. Go. Come on.
Aww.
Things like that. Just
it's so subconscious that you don't even notice it. And I think that's even. I mean, do you feel like you felt the impact of all of these microaggressions and slights and requirements for code switching and staying in your place, all of the things we just kind of talked about? Did you feel the weight of that before you started traveling to Ghana?
yes, and it bothered me.
So
And it bothered me in the fact that we should have seen a progression out of it. And it was like decade after decade, it's the same
it's
thing.
the same thing. The same fights now are the same from the 50s. It's kind of a shame.
Drop a comment below and let us know what you think.
Okay, so did you feel out of place in the U.S.?
Yes, part of my shopping experience was in Texas with their new law. Anybody can carry a gun or have a gun. And I noticed a lot more people carrying guns.
Oh my gosh, I'm so glad I didn't have to go through that. I don't think
It's just a thing that everybody has a gun. And me not having a gun on me, I'm like, wow, hey.
So you felt like you needed a gun?
What do y'all know that I don't know? Where's my gun at? You know, that's exactly how I felt. So just getting away from that mentality of the gun culture. Wow. Felt good.
Yeah, and so I was up in the north. I was in Wisconsin. I went to University of Wisconsin at Madison, and at the time in the 90s, it was 4% black. So, you know, I know what it's like to be the minority, right? But I took the boys to campus. I was like, I want you guys to see my alma mater. Let's go check out my college. And I was walking around, and I was like, there's no black people. It was just like, I don't even think I remembered that feeling of being the only one, just having it be so normalized. So we're walking around, and it was like, I wanted in my heart to be like, Luke, maybe you want to come to my alma mater, you know? It's awesome. And then I'm looking around like, it would be weird now, in hindsight, to tell you to come and be in a place where you're the only one, where you're so underrepresented. Just how those microaggressions, how those normalization, how that feeling of code switching, all of those things, how that would impact you in this environment.
Exactly.
So yeah, it's really.
Yeah, when you leave for a while and go back, you're like, whoa.
Yeah.
We were dealing with this?
It totally, I think we've just forgotten how much it's there. Now, just, you know, we had normal experiences where people treated us kindly and the boys as equals while we were in the States. And for those folks, we appreciate you. But I think there's a lot of not that. Is that the right way to say it?
Yeah. I think the long and short of it is you don't have to deal with all that here.
Yeah, I mean, you deal with another set of cons, you know, just like anywhere else.
Yeah.
But being treated badly because of your race is definitely not one of them.
Yeah, I don't even think I realized my whole life in the States that it was so bad or that my life could be so different.
Yeah, I don't think you knew that you could be so different. Like, the way that you felt was just normal. And I think a lot of people out there have the same feeling, right? But now that you're here, you can look back and see how different it can be. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's just a reminder out there. If you are looking for a different kind of freedom, consider traveling or moving to Africa.
Yep. Ghana is here, and we're waiting for you. And with that, Charlie out for now.
Are you going back next year?
What's next year?
In a year
I might
when
be
we're
busy
running?
next year. Ooh.
Are you never going back? You guys, he's never going back.
Don't kick me out before I voluntarily go back.
Aquaba. Excuse me.
So glad we started over.
You ready?
Yeah.
I'm ready now.
Oh, wait, give me a second. That was fine.